On this episode of What the F*** Vault-Tec, we're going to take a closer look at Tyrone Hayes, the sole Vault-Tec employee in Vault 94, and how he tried to save the vault he grew to love. Vault 94 was inhabited by dwellers who believe in the good of mankind, arguably to a fault. Tyrone was added to Vault 94 as the engineer responsible for keeping the vault running during its one-year shelter period. He was also a graduate of Vault-Tec University. But unlike the other students we talked about in the past, he was actually one of the good ones. Though he felt like an outsider and was blamed for the death of half of the intended vault dwellers, which by the way was not his fault at all. He tried to cover the radiation sensors and keep the doors open longer, it just didn't work out, the bus didn't reach it in time. Anyway, moving on. He was the one that kept the vault running and eventually was accepted by the rest of the community. I mean, he was such a nice guy that when a teddy bear was shoved into the turbine of the reactor by a little kid, his note for the incident included finding a replacement as part of his job description. I mean, come on. He eventually joined the governing council for the vault and even became engaged to one of the vault dwellers, but this wouldn't last long. Because it's a vault, nothing good lasts long. You see, Vault 94 only had a one-year shelter period, meaning the doors would open in 1 year's time, and the dwellers were expected to welcome survivors into the vault for food, water, and shelter. But Tyrone knew the truth. Vault-Tec expected the dwellers to give up their peaceful ways and defend themselves when they were inevitably attacked by the outside. Tyrone, as a Vault-Tec employee, was supposed to stay quiet about this truth, but being the good man that he was, he told them all of this and tried to convince them that opening the doors would be a bad idea and would get them all killed or change them into the same monsters that were outside. His last good guy act was being at the doors when the first group of survivors arrived, standing next to Gabriella and his fiancée Angelique, which, as you can imagine, didn't go well. He died next to the pastor and her daughter. For a full deep dive into Vault 94 and what happened to all the residents, go check out my extended What the F*** Vault-Tec video on this topic. Honestly, Tyrone just deserved better. Yeah, he was a VTU graduate, and you all know I'm not a big fan of VTU, but he was really a good one, and he probably figured this was the best way for him to survive was to join this Vault 94 and keep his mouth shut. But he really did try to do the right thing and warn them. It just didn't work out for him.